Welcome, everyone.
Yes. Thank you, Ian. Was a little preoccupied. Welcome, everyone, to the latest installment of the Nerdvana podcast. I am John Murphy, and with me, as always, is my host Ian Benoit. Tyler is currently busy right now, but
did he go to the freaking island again?
Which island are you talking about? Which island?
Dark Island.
Oh, that? I thought you meant Isla Nublar. There's too many remote islands in these movies that we talk about.
We
seem to have a type.
It does feel like that, yeah.
We seem to have a type. I mean, also just look at How to Train Your Dragon.
That's not just an island, that's an entire archipelago.
That's true. Okay, it's true. That's true. Anyway, yes.
And you're not confined to that island. You have dragons. You can fly.
Okay.
So.
Anyway, yes. For this month, we are actually closing out a chapter of one of our earliest podcasts with the final question mark movie.
I'd say this is the final one.
I would say so. In the Tremors franchise, it's not. They decided they got rid of the numbers after 5, but it's Tremors Shrieker Island. Released in 2020, so in the last third of the pandemic, and starring Michael Gross in his iconic role as legendary monster hunter Burt Gummer. Honestly, okay, so first off, I was kind of excited about this movie. You know, more Tremors, more Burt Gummer, and it pretty much came out on the 30th anniversary of the original Tremors, which I have right here. This is the Blu-ray released by Arrow. Really nice artwork.
Yeah, that is pretty nice.
I definitely kind of recommend it, especially for some of the features.
I'll have to track it down.
And also co-starring John Heder, better known as Napoleon Dynamite from Napoleon Dynamite, and character actor Richard Brake as Bill Davidson, the billionaire philanthropist / crazy hunter.
Yeah. I don't like him, and they did that very well to make you hate his guts.
Actually, I think that's the testament of a good actor then.
Absolutely, good actor and great writing. Yeah, just you know, he got what he deserved.
Yeah, pretty much. Well, he tried to play God.
Of course he did.
As so many of our movies that we have pointed out recently tend to do.
Yeah.
The summary is, when a group of hunters genetically modify graboid eggs, they face an all-out war against the larger, terrifyingly intelligent graboids and the swiftly multiplying Shriekers. Honestly, the IMDb summary kind of did it better than I would have summarized it and have in the past.
Yeah, and I mean, the last time we saw Shriekers, excluding the TV series, which we honestly could talk about at some point.
We could.
The last time we saw Shriekers was at the beginning of Tremors 3: Back to Perfection.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, Shriekers were almost like just an exclusive. Had an exclusive appearance, really. It had a very rare appearance.
Yeah. They showed up a bit in the TV series.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously quite a bit in the second, a little bit in the third, and that's it.
Uh-huh. They were almost like... We knew that they were a part of their life cycle, but they were just mentioned. They were never shown. Which is kind of sad, because honestly, I kind of prefer the Shriekers over the Ass Blasters.
Yeah. And damn, did these things get an overhaul in terms of design.
Yes, they do. Yeah. Okay, so I am just to start off, yes, I am kind of meh with Shrieker Island, but some good points is that it finally addressed a question that I have been, and a complaint that I've had with this recent trilogy, as well as a question asked by Bert in movie 5: where the hell were the Shriekers?
Yeah.
So yeah, we get, and honestly, the design. What did you think? What did you think about the design of the Shriekers?
I got Bone Napper vibes from them.
Yes, Bone Napper.
They're very skeletal, more so than the Ass Blasters from this new trilogy.
Yeah,
and even more so than the Graboids.
Yeah, it could be due to the genetic modification.
Possibly, yes.
Mm-hmm.
But even so, it is an interesting design.
Very
has a lot going on.
Mm-hmm.
I personally still kind of prefer the more minimalistic design originally, but I'm not gonna say this is bad.
Yeah.
It's a different take for this new trilogy. It's a different take.
And graboids, I guess they can have different looks.
Yeah. Gotta keep a different look for this new breed that's in this trilogy, so why the hell not?
Mm-hmm. Although I do still, yeah, I had to agree with you. I like the minimalistic design from the original movies.
Yeah.
So honestly, the entire movie, it's
a basic movie.
It's basic. It's a basic creature feature. Your basic B movie, essentially. B monster movie.
It goes back to basics, essentially.
It goes back
like what the series started with.
Yeah, although
a little more bombastic, I will say, but you know.
But with not as much as the humor as it had in the original. When I did some backtracking, turns out that the original writers and producers, they were offered executive producer credits for movie 5, but were given no creative control or involvement. So they turned it down. So they turned down the offer. So apparently it was this group: Wilson, Maddock, Nancy Roberts, and Ron Underwood. The tent poles of this franchise, the tent pole people of this franchise that kind of gave the original Tremors its humor.
Yeah, I have noticed that in these later movies, the humor has been somewhat lacking. Tremors 5 had a bit of humor, I would say, but
it had a bit, and because that was a good what I like to call a legacy sequel. We're living in a time where we're getting a lot of sequels to beloved franchises, and they start off good. We get these legacy sequels like Tremors 5, Star Wars Episode 7, and they're good. They're very serviceable.
Jurassic World, kind of?
Jurassic World, that was the other one I couldn't think of. Jurassic World, it's very serviceable. Then when they continue it, that's kind of when
it varies
it's rocky.
Based on how, it goes. It depends how they take it from there, but
and honestly, with Shrieker Island, you can't really go further down than After a Cold Day in Hell, because that's kind
of for me, that's the most unremarkable.
Yeah.
Aside from the setting, which is different, but I mean, your setting can only do so much.
But this is more about Shrieker Island, and so I kind of like this. I like the setting of making it a tropical island. I like the idea of a philanthropist who actually flew these creatures in just for like a big game hunt.
I seriously got Biosyn vibes from the novel. Because they actually talk about using dinosaurs in big game hunting in the novel. Yes.
Oh, yeah. Oh, okay.
And so I get that vibe quite a bit here. Dodson, we've got Dodson here.
Who cares?
Nobody. But
I like the design of the Shriekers. I also like that I don't know if this was for this new breed or just because it was because of the genetic modification, but now their shrieks are weapons.
I think that's part of the new breed, or at least the genetic modifications. But
I love that idea.
In the past, the shrieks were loud.
They were loud, and it was actually more meant to signal the other Shriekers because they gave off heat when it screams.
Yes.
This one is...
Actually, Shriekers are supposed to be deaf.
Yeah, they are supposed to be deaf.
So...
The shrieking is so that they could produce heat to signal the other Shriekers.
Yes. In this one, they just use something that they can't sense at all as a weapon. Which on the one hand is brilliant, because then you won't be affected by it. On the other hand, you can't. I don't know. Maybe they can just sense vibrations too.
Maybe
we can just chalk it up to that.
I mean, elephants can sense vibrations through their feet.
Snakes can sense it through their jaws, so I wouldn't be overly I'm not upset by that interpretation.
Okay. So yeah. So I like that. So I like that idea. Yeah, some good concepts in this movie. I feel where it kind of fails is mostly maybe in the editing and just the execution. This movie does like to use its slow. Just like
I did notice that. I did notice the, let's say, gratuitous use of slow motion.
We're talking like this. Okay, slow-mo is good when used right, and so far the only filmmaker that is considered the king of slow-mo is Zack Snyder. So if you want to know how to do slow-mo right, pretty much just watch anything by Zack Snyder. You could watch his cut of Justice League, you could watch 300, you could even watch his remake of Dawn of the Dead. He just knows there's a time and place for slow motion, and for this movie, it uses it at the right moments, but it kind of overstays it.
It does, yes. And that's something I've noticed a lot in this later trilogy. There's a lot of slow motion.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas I don't really recall any slow motion in the original series. At least none that I recall. I may be mistaken and misremembering. If I am, comment down below. But
Well, I have been rewatching the original Tremors, which is what spawned the fact that we need to finish talking about the series, and no slow-mo in that. Oh no, well, the slow-mo is definitely meant to sell the illusion that these are giant monsters. Like,
that doesn't really count.
You remember when the last graboid falls and hits the rocks at the end of the movie? That was a miniature that was filmed in slow motion, and that was just to convey the weight and size of it.
Yeah, but could we really count? Yes, if you want to, by all technicality, yes, that is slow motion.
Yeah, by technicality,
however,
yes.
Could we count that?
Probably not.
No, that was used more as an actual practical effect, rather than just slow motion for the sake of awe and slow motion itself. So.
Yeah. Do we really need to see all the flames and streams that come from the flamethrower as the Shriekers are burning alive? I do like that idea though. Heat's their greatest is how they hunt.
Sense prey. Yeah,
how
so
just prey.
Turn that on. I got alien vibes from that.
This movie does take a lot from other movies. Hell, they even freaking name drop Predator and Rambo. I don't know how many times.
Oh my god, a lot. And Evil Dead.
And Evil Dead. And they even use the sound effects for the Predator's heat signature.
Yeah.
That.
Although to be honest, this did come out in 2020, and that was kind of a rough year. So.
It was kind of. Yeah, but apparently it was filmed in 2019, and God, I just freaking laughed when Bert pretty much describes that when Shriekers multiply exponentially and then turn into ass blasters, they'll conquer the whole world, and then he says it's like a viral pandemic. I'm rewatching that and I'm going, that didn't age well.
No, not really. But I mean, what other face can you pull other than? Well, you're not wrong. We got first-hand experience with that.
It was just it's so funny. In the movie universe, it's supposed to take place in 2019. You can kind of see it from the stamp on oh crap, what was Napoleon's name? What was his name again? Jimmy? Yes, Jimmy.
Yeah, Jimmy.
Yeah, Jimmy's passport when trying to locate Bert in isolation on Papua New Guinea.
Honestly, relatable after 2020, but
Yes, I know, but it was 2019. This was a year before the movie was released in universe.
Yes, I know, but still.
Yeah, that's
But yeah,
Oh boy. What was your reaction to seeing island isolated Bert Gummer?
I got Castaway vibes.
Yeah.
I so want, with the amount of references in this movie, I wanted a Wilson reference, because why not at this point?
I know, why not?
And it just
it may not be
it's not the best.
It is
It's
pretty
fun.
much the most fun, yes.
It out of this new series, it is the most fun to watch.
Mm-hmm.
The best one would be number 5 of the new trilogy. This one is the most fun, though I don't think I will return to it.
Mm-hmm.
And we will get to that. I think we can just disregard 6 altogether because it didn't really do much.
6. It was.
Maybe that's just because I first saw 6 after watching all the previous movies.
Mm-hmm.
In our Graboid-tober special thing, which may have been a mistake, but we're starting out.
We were starting out, and hey, we had enough energy at the start of it.
Yes, but looking back, 6 we can disregard completely. It didn't really add anything.
Not really, no.
Really, it's just the setting that was different. Everything else was, essentially Tremors 5, just in the snow.
Mm-hmm.
This is different. It's different enough, and it adds a different thing, and I guess we got to talk about it, John.
What? We got to talk about what? Bruno? We don't talk about Bruno.
Oh my God.
This movie, I'm adding to the movie references.
Yes, I know you are. That's kind of what we do. It's been a while since we've done a movie where we can do a lot of references like this one. But I mean, what happens to Bert?
What happens?
Spoiler alert, by the way, if you haven't figured it out by this point.
Well, first off, how we start off finding Bert is that he seems to have gone completely, I don't want to say crazy, but crazy with
extra than usual.
A little more extra paranoid when it comes
completely off the grid.
Yes, like completely off the grid, like every other kind of doomsday or survivalist or doomsday prepper. I swear, the older that he got, the more crazy he got with government interference.
Yeah.
But not really. Honestly, compared to what I've been seeing in the last 3 years, he's tame. He's pretty much tame.
Definitely.
Yeah. and that's all of real life that we're gonna get in this talk right here. But how it ends, well, I don't know if this was the plan from the start, but yeah, it's not implied. It is pretty much shown that he gets swallowed by a graboid.
And doesn't survive this time.
And, well, after he was swallowed, the graboid that swallowed him was skewered
got impaled several times and blown up.
So, yeah, I mean, if you're gonna do another one, and Bert's gonna come back, you are really jumping the shark at that point. Heck, not even jumping the shark. You're actually jumping the graboid.
I was about to say, yeah. I think
might as well go Alien Resurrection with that. Is that that government cloned Bert Gummer? Yeah.
How would you do? Does Michael Gross have any kids we could get to play Bert's reincarnation?
I don't know, maybe. All we know is that we have Bert's actual son, Travis, that apparently...
where's he?
Apparently in jail in Mexico for bringing magic mushrooms across the border. I don't... Also,
kind of convoluted, kind of, bullshit excuse for why it's not in this movie, but whatever.
I know. Also, apparently that was the long story. I don't know, that seemed pretty short enough. Remember, first time that was brought up.
The point across.
Yeah, I know. First time that was brought up, first time that was brought up, John asks, "Hey, what about Travis? Why can't we get him?" Says he's in Mexico. He's in jail in Mexico. It's a long story. And then like 10 minutes later, when it's brought up, kind of nicely summarizes it. He tried to bring drugs across the borders, and now he's in jail for it. Okay, that doesn't seem quite like a long story.
No, it sums it up. I mean, okay, so that's why Travis isn't here.
Don't know why Jamie Kennedy isn't, but he was able to show up for like the 30th anniversary, special interviews, celebration, those kind of things. If you've seen them on YouTube, Tremors does have a YouTube channel.
It does, and the entire TV series is on there.
Was, not anymore. It's been private.
They took it down?
The videos are now private.
Oh well. I have the entire series over there on my shelf.
And that is why you always get physical copies.
Yes. That's why I have physical copies of the entire Jurassic Park series.
And so we have to make do with John Heater's character Jimmy, who pretty much has the same, the hair and the beard. At first I thought it was Travis, but they got a new actor for it. But I guess they were a little too classy to do the whole other Darren situation.
Yeah. And it I don't know. This movie is just it's a good movie. It's a fun movie.
It's fun. I feel like this is what the movie 6 should have been.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah.
We can just disregard 6 entirely.
Yeah. I mean, at least with 6, we just get the fact that Rhonda and Val had a kid together.
That could have been in this movie, and it would have actually added to this movie, if anything, at this point. But
yeah, movie 6 was pretty much just movie 1, really.
Pretty much.
Movie 1 and 3 just in the Arctic. Actually, not even in the Arctic, just South Africa. It was in South Africa. They filmed in South Africa and tried to explain why there wasn't any snow, if you remember.
Oh my, that's right. What the hell?
Oh God, this new trilogy had Tremors go full B movie.
Although this Shrieker Island is a B movie.
It is, yes.
Though I prefer it.
I think this was kind of, maybe when this was written as like, okay, we got no ideas. Let's just have fun with it.
And they had fun with it. You can tell people were having fun.
I guess, yeah.
But this is...
I feel like this is definitely a movie that you, me, and Tyler should watch, and then we just make jokes and we just riff it like Mystery Science Theater 3000 or riff tracks.
We could.
This is so much fun. After the first little graboid encounter with the graboid encounter, at the very beginning with the hunters. And then that's when they shovel the exposition. They shovel the exposition out. It's like, oh, you hacked the genome. Let's look at all of these Silicon Valley rich people wanting to hunt a super predator whose genome that we have hijacked. Who the hell talks like that? Yes, I know. Just the script is written so that it just doles out the exposition, so that instead of just having it build naturally.
Yeah, they genetically modified graboids.
Bad mistake number 1.
The other mistake, we never get to see their lab. Screw the exposition, show us the freaking lab.
Yes.
You're gonna go Jurassic World on this shit, go all the way.
I know. Hell, in all the Jurassic Park movies, we see the lab. We even see
Jurassic Park 3, kind of.
We even see the Isla Sorna lab on Jurassic Park 3.
Yes. Jurassic Park 3, Jurassic World, Fallen Kingdom, Dominion, The only one we don't see a lab, because it's not exactly relevant, is The Lost World.
Mm-hmm.
Show us the damn lab where you were messing with nature and made super graboids. Missed opportunity in this movie.
I know.
But I mean,
also the fact that and bringing aliens into it, there's a queen graboid.
Get away from us, you bitch!
I don't know if that was in the movie. I don't know if that was in the actual movie.
I don't think that was in the movie, but I'm just quoting, aliens at this point.
I know.
Because why not at this point?
Why not? Yeah.
All the other movie references.
I know, this movie has a bunch of other movie references. So, going back on track to, Bert died. Yeah, Bert dies. And just to make sure, well, he's swallowed by a graboid, and then pretty much he's dead because the graboid was skewered and then blown up into chunky graboid bits.
Yep.
But what's the last thing he does before he gets swallowed? He flips off the graboid.
Gonna say, are you able to blur my hand?
I can blur your hand, actually.
Okay, cool. Slow motion.
Yep. Oh, that's gonna be fun to blur out, because I've been wanting to learn DaVinci Resolve's Fusion page for a while now.
Oh, well, now you can practice on me.
Yes, I can. Thank you, Ian. No, wait. In the style of Kevin Bacon. Thank you, Ian.
I mean,
there's no other way for Bert to go out.
No, I mean, in Dominion, we expected one of the main trio to die, or at least one of the main characters to die. We didn't get that. Part of me thinks I don't think there would be a good.
I'm kind of glad they don't.
Yes, I don't. Though if they did, I don't know how they would do that in character and make it meaningful, unless they built up the entire story to that sort of.
Which
this is
haven't.
Completely in character for Bert.
Yes, it is. This is probably one of the ways that Bert Gummer would want to go out. The other one would be, well, how he stated he would go out in the first movie. Remember how they got the idea for graboid fishing?
Yep.
Light
a fuse, walk out.
That's and let him take me down. Boom.
Yeah. I mean, we still never really saw anybody do that.
No.
But even so, this is... If they had to kill off Bert Gummer, this is probably the best way to do it.
It probably would be the best way. Not him dying because of cancer or from that disease that he got from the graboid, like in movie 6. From
movie 3.
Yeah, or just having. No, we don't want a dramatic. We don't want a slow, dignified. That slow, dignified type of death. No, we want the
kicking
badass,
and screaming.
We want the badass, dignified type of death. The one that's worthy of a man who's pretty much been with this franchise in every single movie.
And most of the episodes of the TV series. There were a couple that he was not in because he was filming Tremors 4.
Okay.
That's the only reason why he wasn't in those couple episodes, because he was busy. But even so, kicking and screaming, flipping the bird.
At his greatest enemy. No, not the government.
No, the other one.
Yeah.
I mean, this is fun. This was a fun movie. It felt so good to come back to Tremors.
It is up, and it is kind of fun to see Bert a little bit trying to fight graboids without his usual guns.
Yeah, that was a good change. I like that because in every movie we see him in, he has some type of firearm. He didn't have exactly what he wanted in the 5th movie because South African customs. But even so,
he had guns that were kind of more that would be okay if you were hunting lions
or
and
your
crocodiles.
Traditional wildlife.
Yes. Not prehistoric life forms.
Yeah, worms.
I don't want to say Precambrian because those kinds of creatures wouldn't exist in the Precambrian era.
No, there wouldn't be anything big enough for them to eat. In the series, they actually did say they're from the Devonian, which is more accurate. There would be things big enough for them to eat in the Devonian.
And all right, so I may have some nitpicks with this movie, particularly the editing. The editing just kind of, it's quick, it's fast paced, it's pretty generic. Also, when they're first investigating the island, when it's just Jasmine Welker, who's apparently the flame that Bird had the one night stand in, as mentioned in movie 5.
Yep.
When Jazz, Jimmy, and Body Number 1 are investigating Dark Island, this is where I kind of noticed a little jar in the editing, and this is just me personally that I don't like, is when they're in the forest. The light is pretty much hitting them, so we're only seeing silhouettes, and then cut. They're right in front of a dead graboid. It was clear just before the cut. It was clearly seen that they were still walking. Where's the part where they stopped walking? Where's the point where they noticed where they kind of noticed the bright orange gooey mess and go, look at this.
Yeah, I see what you're talking about. The editing in this movie is kind of all over the place. Even if we ignore the gratuitous slow motion, there's a lot of weird camera movements. A lot of close-ups and weird angles that they do. It makes sense when they're doing it from the point of view of the Shriekers. I completely get that.
Yes.
But ignoring that, there's still some that's kind of jarring, and I'm not a huge fan of that, but it's not terrible.
Yeah, like I said, this is pretty much fun, and honestly, the bad guy's kind of enjoyable, really.
He's a hoot and a half.
Yes,
I love to hate him because he's such a jerk.
He is. I don't know. It's him, and even the bad guy from movie 6. He was actually fun to laugh. Laugh at. It was like a combination between a Man in Black and George Takei. But this guy was like if Tony Stark, his status, merged with Chuck Norris or something in Walker, Texas Ranger.
Yeah.
And apparently he just loves the idea of almost dying in a hunt, as long as he comes out on top, and he just gets crazier and crazier.
He loses his marbles.
Mm-hmm.
But he loses his head.
Mm-hmm.
And everything else.
First he loses his legs.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, graboids can swim now. This graboid can swim. Which
makes sense.
It makes sense, but are there any blind?
That opens
Are
up
there
a whole
blind?
other, pardon the pun, can of worms.
Are there? Yeah, it does, but I don't think there's really any. Are there blind predators that exist nowadays? I mean, I know sharks can probably hear vibrations underwater, but they still have eyes.
Yeah. Let me look up bobbit worms.
Bobbit worms.
Living worms. They get up to a good size, and they actually have. Oh shoot. Okay, we do have graboids in the real world.
Oh my god.
Okay. Eunice Aphroditios, I'm more than likely mispronouncing that, shut up, is a benthic bristleworm of warm marine waters. It lives mainly in the Atlantic Ocean, but also can be found in the Indo-Pacific. It ranges in length from less than 10 centimeters, or 4 inches, to 3 meters, or 10 feet. They live generally under the sediment, and they stick their heads up with their jaw mandals.
Oh god,
that
yes,
split open like this. We have graboids.
Yes, I have heard. Yes, I have heard about that. Oh god.
So they're a thing. Graboids are real. We're all gonna die.
Yes.
Somebody treat these things nicely so they don't eat us.
Mm-hmm.
Quit putting. Wait. Sexually reproducing. Okay, so they can't reproduce asexually. So.
Oh, hallelujah! There is a God.
Okay, so graboids are real, but there are things. Are they blind?
Can they swim?
No eyes. They do not have eyes. Well, they live on the water.
Okay.
So yes, they can swim.
So, all right. Coral reef also lives under the water. I don't think they can swim though.
You're looking at two completely different animals, John. They do not have eyes. They have 5 antennae on their head that are used to sense prey. Live in coral reef.
Oh, live in coral reefs. Nice.
Regeneration. Habitat description. Nothing about swimming that I'm seeing, but I would not be surprised if they do swim. Oh, never mind. They do reproduce asexually.
Oh, great.
By splitting into multiple segments, then regenerating body parts such as the tail or head.
Ah, just like a worm.
Well, they are a worm. This enables them to survive being attacked by predators, so... Great.
Okay.
Once again, treat them nicely.
Yes, treat them nicely, yeah. Yes, if they... Well, that just reminded me of something else from the movie. This queen graboid seems to have an innate sense to pick out the alpha of the group. Of course, that being Bert, which I like. That was not something that was brought up in the previous 2 movies. And okay, for all the nitpicking and crap-flinging I've done for this movie, as well as its lack of humor, it did get one genuine laugh out of me. And that was when Bert says she's calling the weakest from the herd, and then Jimmy goes, "Oh crap, that means I'm next."
Have some confidence, man.
I know. It's like I said, that got one genuine laugh out of me.
You know what my absolute genuine laugh was? The Jurassic Park kill.
In the bathroom?
Killed in the outhouse.
Well,
I died from laughter from that.
Yes. Well, they say when you die, you void your bowels. at least before you died, you voided before.
Well, he was just hiding in there.
I know, but how do you know he wasn't scared poopless?
Fair enough.
I have to say, oh no, wait, we've been doing this for a while. I can say shit. He was scared shitless.
So yeah, it some good kills. This movie is not overly gory
because it's PG-13.
Well, so was Tremors 5, and that had a few really good gory deaths.
Was it?
At least more.
But wasn't it
graphic.
More from the? Oh, but wasn't that from the actual monsters?
No, some of the human kills were actually really dark and kind of disturbing on how they went out. I mean, this one, I just got a lot of Jurassic Park vibes.
Yeah. Yeah, from movie 5. This movie, yeah, Jurassic Park definitely.
No, not just from movie 5, from this movie too.
Yeah.
Lush jungle, velociraptors running through the forest.
They hunt in packs. Yeah. In fact, even one of them died. Yeah, I think didn't even one of them die from Velociraptor method. What was it? Body number 1, I think.
One of the earlier kills, because there was the one being dragged off into the forest. Yeah, and then there was the one that was actively pounced on.
Yeah, because he was drunk. I love how also our cast of characters, or as I like to call them, menu items. Some of them.
We should save that.
What?
Menu items.
Yes. Some of them didn't even have any actual names.
No.
They were.
I'm looking at that now.
Yeah.
Mr. Bowtie, Wall Street, Pretty Boy.
Oh,
Parkour Boy, Mohawk. Damn.
They didn't even bother giving them names. That's how you know this movie isn't meant to be taken too seriously, or
no, not really.
Well, okay, as seriously as its predecessors, especially the original one, because that didn't take itself too seriously either. But that was part of its charm.
I had a lot of fun with that one. Yeah.
Honestly, I just like the fact that the Wall Street guy was just too drunk, and also he was literally killed like 5 feet away from the group. They were in hearing distance, and the bow and arrow lady, the Lara Croft character, simply go, did not do this. That's how you.
Selective hearing, man. Speaking of the deaf person, that's still really bad.
I know.
Coming from someone with a hearing disability, god damn.
Coming from someone with an attention problem, ADHD, that's bad. How do you forget your own charge?
They signed a waiver, man.
They signed a waiver. Oh. We all know they didn't read it. None of us read the license agreement.
No.
They just simply thought, oh, I got a lot of money. I'm going to hunt a super predator and mount it on my wall. That's literally what they say in the movie.
Yeah. I mean, come on. Sure, introduce, an invasive species to a non-native area that also happens to be a super predator.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. Where are those 800 natives that was mentioned in the movie?
Yeah, we saw no sign of them.
I only saw one, and that was the parkour boy.
Yeah, also, why is he parkour boy? Just change that to bait.
Mm-hmm. Should just call him bait. Oh yeah, remember Charlie the elephant? No, I don't remember Charlie the elephant. This was
no.
Yes, he was not mentioned before he was brought up.
He's underground. A fair bit underground.
Mm-hmm.
moving fast, heading your direction.
Yes, fair bit underground, about 30 meters, bit underground.
Moving fast.
Mm-hmm.
I want to get the high ground. A big rock.
Uh-huh. I had to say there was a little bit of a missed opportunity with the ending, because they literally pull off the same stunt from the first movie. Have the graboid dive off the cliff, and they don't even set up a charge. This is a queen graboid, apparently, who's smart enough to determine that Bert is the alpha, and falls for the simplest trick. Remember Stumpy from movie 1?
Yeah.
And that was just from experience. I feel like since the stakes are kind of high, that this graboid should have been innately smarter. But then again, but if they did that, I probably would have complained about how there was no reason for making her smart, or making her this smart.
Yeah.
So
which one you want, John? Take a pick.
Six of one, half dozen of another.
Yeah, at least in this way you can get a callback to the first movie.
Uh-huh. And yeah, this is the 7th movie of a 30-year-old franchise on the 30th anniversary.
Yeah.
God, this franchise is as old as me. I'm as old as this franchise. This came out first. The movie came out first.
Yeah.
But anyway, so yeah, it's a lot of fun. I like the color. I kind of like the use of color in this movie. I like the difference between the Safe Island and Dark Island,
which is noticeably darker.
A lot greener. I mean, so green even the flesh tones don't look healthy. And
it's just the fog. It's just that muggy fog.
The fog.
Oh, that's a callback.
Yes. Oh boy. Okay, so what is it? Let's see. So even though this is kind of a fun movie, it wasn't really it wasn't well received, at least it's kind of,
at least by critics.
People are split halfway. I'm just seeing one review of, let's see, from allhorror.com. Tremors Shrieker Island did something the Tremors franchise never did before. It became an entirely different movie. Shrieker Island is basically Jurassic Park. Swap out a graboid for a T-Rex and you have Jurassic Park starring Burt Gummer and Napoleon Dynamite. Actually, that brings up a good point. When I was rewatching this last night, so most of the movie was just wiped from my memory. Within the first 10 minutes, I'm going is this a Tremors movie? Because it almost doesn't really feel like a Tremors movie.
Yeah, but I mean, a lot of what's called Tremors take place in the desert.
That is true.
So that kind of there's how with the Jurassic franchise, it's largely, lush jungle.
Mm-hmm.
Even in Dominion, there were lush jungles. For Tremors, it's, Nevada desert or wherever they decide to fucking film.
Mm-hmm. There's got to be loose dirt.
Mm-hmm.
And several rocks.
Large rocks so you can pole vault across them.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, it looks like Jurassic Park.
Mm-hmm.
But
and there's several moments that kind of, like you said, that brought to your mind Jurassic Park.
Which makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
With the amount of movies you're referencing, why not chuck in a couple Jurassic references? Why not?
I know. But yeah, so this movie it's a mixed bag. but honestly, I do kind of like it a little bit more than A Cold Day in Hell.
Yeah, it's more enjoyable.
Honestly, when it comes to the original trilogy, if I would choose number 5 uh over all the other sequels, but given the choice between Cold Day in Hell and Shrieker Island, I would kind of pick Shrieker Island.
Absolutely, yes.
The only
Apparently
time
Gross says he's open to doing another one.
Yeah, I remember. Of course, that was, let's see, in 2020. If it's in another 2 years, I'll be 75 years old. We're now in 2023. So that's been 3 years. He's still 75. He'll turn 76 in June.
I don't know if... I think they should be done.
I think if they're gonna do if they do another Tremors movie, they should at least try some of the other characters. I mean, okay, Fred Ward, may he rest in peace.
Yeah.
May he rest in peace, but Kevin Bacon at one point was gonna return.
Yeah, they had that TV series.
Yes.
Set up.
But sci-fi.
I'm almost positive that there is a pilot for that new TV series. Well, new. Somewhere in the world.
Oh, you're not wrong. There is a pilot. They did develop a pilot, and so far the only footage that we have right now is what was in that trailer.
It looked so good.
It looked very good. I didn't like the design of the graboids. That did not look like a graboid.
I don't remember the design of the graboid. I'll look it up later.
It looked too much like a grub worm.
Well, isn't that generally what they look like initially?
No, I'm talking... No, but there was no armor. There was, like, no beak.
Oh, they didn't have a beak. Oh. Huh.
But yeah.
At least that style with that tone.
Yes, that
I would personally be okay with a darker, more gritty, more horror-oriented version of Tremors.
I would kind of
at least give it a shot.
I know. I would like to see Kevin Bacon again in a Tremors movie.
I don't even think it's the first movie.
I know. It's just something. It's amazing. It's amazing how at one point he hated the fact that he was in this movie. In fact, he wanted to like bury that away, but because the original one became such a cult favorite, he's now kind of come to terms with it. He's come to peace with the fact that he was in that movie, and that apparently it was a lot of fun for him.
Oh, I see what you mean with the design of it. Yeah. Holy crap, that trailer came out in 2018.
Yes.
So I don't think we're ever going to see that pilot. I'd like to see the pilot.
I would too.
At least release the pilot.
Yes.
I mean, you're just sitting on it at this point. Just release it for free on the Tremors YouTube channel.
I mean,
literally.
Oh, good God. This is just something. The only way that we can actually see the pilot is if someone does the Deadpool method. Leak it at Comic-Con.
I mean, but if they do it, either give us a whole new cast of characters a la Tremors 4.
And
let them figure things out again.
So, like, do a reboot?
Kind of.
A soft reboot.
A soft reboot, kind of like Jurassic World did. Let them, like, these things are known, but they haven't been spotted. Hell, take us back to Perfection.
Yes.
We haven't been there since movie, the openings of...
The opening of movie 6, actually.
Yeah, but did that even really count?
It was in Chang's Market.
Yeah, but does that even really count? Whatever. Take us back to Perfection in some way, and just let a new cast of characters try to figure things out. Why not?
Yeah, I say this could be
For
like the horror version of Star Trek. I mean, this has a devoted fan base. That was a cult. Had a cult following too.
absolutely.
That kept it alive. I say after this movie, let the franchise just not die, just lay dormant.
Let it sit in its egg until it's ready to hatch again.
And then bring it back, but this time, bring back Valentine.
Absolutely. Or just, hell, just give him, like a star, a cameo of some sort.
And cameo, and you can you can also have wait, Bert's already dead.
Bert's dead.
Bert's dead. Like maybe like have Michael Gross's picture make a cameo. Like I mean Bert is so paranoid. He probably has like a secret cache of weapons hidden somewhere.
A secret cache of weapons with tapes or intel on graboids stashed away somewhere in perfection.
That would work.
That would work if they do a darker, grittier. Hell, I would accept. I mean, this movie was, how long was Tremors Shrieker Island? An hour 43-ish minutes, something like that.
About an hour 40 minutes. So that is also something that's actually something that's impressive. But go ahead.
Give us a short movie like this that's darker, grittier, back in the desert, take us back to the desert, and just let a new cast of characters try to figure things out. We can revisit old set pieces from the original series. I think it'd be really cool to find Bert's bunker. Let people uncover that and let that be like a little safe haven. You could do a really dark, gritty, to keep reusing those words, because that's what I want to see, version of a Tremors movie.
With just a little bit of the humor that we know and love.
A little bit of the humor, yeah. But don't just jump right into that. Make a good story with good characters. See if Kevin Bacon wants to return. He showed interest in doing a series. Whether or not that pilot is ever released or not, we will never know.
I know. Sci-Fi really dropped the ball on that.
Well, Sci-Fi dropped the ball on the original TV series.
I know. What is wrong with them? Probably because it wasn't Sharknado. It wasn't Sharknado. That's why.
Yeah. It was too good.
It was too good. Yes.
But if don't let Sci-Fi touch a new series if you make it, or a new movie. Give it to John. Let John make one. And let John give John a small budget and let him make a short film just to see what John can do. Let's do that.
Yeah. I want to work with miniatures. I would definitely like to do the old practical effects like in the movie.
Absolutely. I mean, Battle at Big Rock was 15 minutes long. A lot of the Aliens mini movies that we reviewed way back when for the 40th.
Oh God, yeah.
The 40th. I mean, those had a budget of what, $30,000 each?
Probably, yeah.
I think that was like your limit for the budget. So give John $30,000 to go and make a mini short film in the Tremors universe. We need to crowdfund this shit.
Okay, if anyone still here listening, would you?
Why? I don't know.
Yeah, would you be interested in doing that if we started up a crowdfunding we get all the licensing, we get the permissions. That's for a small 30 minute short film in the Tremors fan film. Would you back it up?
Fan film? I'm talking about full licensing, dude.
Full licensing?
That might be a bit more. We'd have to get permissions, but even if we just did a fan film. I've got access to land in Arizona.
Ooh.
And I know people in Arizona.
Anyone skilled?
There's a lot of loose soil out there, man.
Any of them skilled at building buildings that can be torn down easily?
I have no idea. I haven't been to Arizona since 2019.
Was that the
winter
time
of 2019? So.
Was that the time you almost died?
Several times, yes.
Okay.
But yeah, no. All right. This is our big ass project.
It's a concept, right? It's a concept. Right?
It's a concept. We could definitely. This is something we could probably work towards over the next 5 years.
5, maybe 10 years.
5, maybe 10 years, depending on how things go.
Yeah.
But we should at least sit on this. I could throw together a small script, like a concept script.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that would be fun. So yeah, if you're still listening, if we did set up a crowdfunding for a Tremors film, a short Tremors film, would you be interested in backing? Let us know in the comments, and also share this video.
Absolutely, because the world needs more Tremors media.
It is a surprisingly still fresh concept for a horror franchise.
Yes, if we could do a darker version, a darker survival story like Battle at Big Rock, say 50 minutes to again a half hour, I think it's entirely possible for a small crew to head out there for a week and do some filming.
I don't know, maybe get a voice actor to do an impersonation of Burt Gummer, of Michael Gross.
If we end up doing this and he's still around, maybe we could reach out and be like, hey, would you mind? This is all right. This is gonna. If this actually works, this is gonna be really freaking fun.
Or this is probably just another ADHD project that is never gonna get done. Like a mill.
Probably that's more likely, but it's an idea at least. But yes, Tremors Shrieker Island led to a good discussion. Probably the end of the series for this point.
Yeah.
Unless they decide to do something different, but it.
Yeah, they'll probably reboot it sometime in the future, like they have been doing for so many other franchises.
Yep. But why did it get 44% on Rotten Tomatoes? It was not that bad.
And like I said, it was pretty mid.
Well, yeah, but mid doesn't mean bad.
That's true. It was
enjoyable.
It was half good.
Yeah, there were some nitpicks, but I enjoyed it. That's all that matters. I enjoyed it.
Let's see. I think I had a thought about something, and now I lost it because I didn't want to interrupt you. But oh yeah, I think with that out of the way, I think we can now wrap this up.
Yes. What do we rate this movie?
Well, for me, Tremors Island, I haven't seen it for 3 years, probably because Burt Gummer got killed off. But in rewatching this, I did overlook the sadness of probably one of the most iconic cinematic heroes of this franchise, and did find that there is something to enjoy about this movie. It doesn't hold a candle to its original predecessor, but all in all, but compared to some of the other, to at least its modern trilogy, it's okay. It is okay. It is pure popcorn. It is pure popcorn flick, and honestly, it does not change how I feel about the series. So I give it 5 graboid explosions out of 10. It is a mid movie.
You're not too far off from me, John. I picked up Tremors Shrieker Island in the bargain bin at Walmart for $5.
Not surprising.
No, it was good though. I enjoyed it. The set pieces are different. A lot of references to great movies. They actually use those references well instead of what Ghostbusters 2016 did, and just reminded me of better movies I could have watched. But Tremors Shrieker Island was honestly a great revisit back to a series that I actually haven't touched in years. And shame on me for doing that. I missed Tremors, and I was really happy to get back into this. And with Burt Gummer's death, assuming they don't alien resurrection the entire series and make some weird, sequel after this. Don't do that. Don't do that, Universal. We're watching you. Freaking hire John, give him a budget. Come on. But it's overall an enjoyable movie. It's not the best movie out of this new trilogy. That still goes for me to number 5. However, it's certainly not the worst, which again for me is number 6, A Cold Day in Hell. But it's different enough, and it has a really, really good villain that you love to hate, especially considering my background working with animals. It just makes me hate him even more, and I love it. But I have to give Tremors Shrieker Island, with all of its flaws, I still have to give it a 6 out of 10. 6 massive shrieker yells out of 10, whatever weird thunder drum bullshit they're doing now. It's a good movie. If you haven't seen it yet, give it a chance. I mean, if A Cold Day in Hell turned you off to the series, give this a chance. It might bring it back for you.
Yeah, I mean, if you haven't seen any of the Tremors movies,
what are you doing with your life?
Yes, is first off, and second, do yourself a favor and pick up either number 1 or number 2. Those are great intros. But the first one, this is the one that started it all.
You gotta watch the first one. It's great. I tried to convince some of my coworkers to watch the first one. They said no, sounds too scary. I'm like, you don't know scary. Watch Alien.
Yes.
No, that's too scary too.
Are you kidding? Compared to Alien, this is like Jurassic Park. This is Jurassic Park compared to
It's essentially
Alien.
Jurassic Park. That's what it is. It was the precursor to Jurassic Park in terms of at least the creature effects.
I know. At least Tremors is essentially what Jurassic Park could have been before CGI.
Yeah, it's really good. Just give it a shot. Watch Tremors, at least the first one.
Just the first.
You don't watch any other, Tremors movie. Give the first one a shot, and if you enjoyed it, try the second one. You'll like that.
I mean, just once. That's all we're asking. Just watch it once, see how you like. It
might not be. It's certainly not for everybody, but it's got great characters, got great humor. It's really fun. It's
got some good music, great practical effects,
and Burt Gummer,
Burt Gummer as well as Kevin Bacon.
Yes, and Fred Ward.
Yep. And heck, if it floats your boat, Reba McEntire.
Yeah. Although I'm kind of sad that she didn't return in this movie.
Yeah.
Maybe she's busy. I know she's got a big country music stuff going on right now, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah. Yeah, she's an actor and a singer.
Yeah, so missed opportunity a bit to have her reappear in one of these movies, but with her big name now, that might be a little bit out of budget.
Yeah.
But, I don't think we could get Reba McEntire to appear in our fan film. I don't think that's going to happen, unless she really wants to out of her own volition, but,
Yeah, Yeah. But anyway, yeah. That is Tremors Shrieker Island. Do keep an eye out for new videos. Ian and I, we are collaborating on something that combines both of our loves. Ian's love of reptiles and lizards, and mine of filmmaking, for a video project and a topic for later in the future. In fact,
probably going to do the topic first because my videos are not doing well for that. I need a better software and a better green or blue screen, but we'll work on that. But we definitely will be doing the topic at some point.
Yeah, I think you can combine some like some the spirit of Tremors through to some of those videos. I mean,
I definitely could.
The underground thing could easily be done.
Oh, certainly, yeah. How would we pull that? We might have to go back to basics and just pull a tire under the sand.
I think it was a buoy in the original one.
We'll figure it out.
I'm talking like on a scale model.
Oh yeah,
model. Yeah. Like you could. That's something you could easily do with either a toy car, or even just like a balloon.
Yeah. But yeah, we got too many ideas, man.
We got too many ideas, not enough time, and
not enough funding.
Yeah.
What funding? Mm-hmm. But yeah, it's great to be back. Sorry for the hiatus, everybody.
We got a lot of stuff. There's a lot of stuff going on, both personally and professionally.
Oh my gosh, yeah, I was sick for a week.
Oh God, yeah, so was I. At one point.
Yeah, it's been a rough few months, but we are back in form. We're gonna try to get a more steady release going. We're gonna try to drag Tyler into this again.
We're hoping to do a game that I invented that involves Florida Man headlines.
Oh. Well, we need a resident Florida Man for that.
Yes, we do. Yes, we do. So do keep a lookout for any of the future videos, and as always, stay nerdy, stay weird, everyone, and again, give this movie a chance.
Absolutely, yeah.
So until next time, this is John Murphy
and Ian Benoit
signing off.